According to the Bear Creek Watershed Assessment, fecal coliform bacteria levels in Bear Creek were found to exceed standards more than 50% of the time at almost all sites in the summer, and exceed standards more than 50% of the time during the winter. Total phosphorus was found to be the largest problem in the basin, with over 50% exceedance at all sites, year-round. Turbidity and pH data revealed only a few sites that showed moderate exceedance of standards. Basically, Bear Creek is not very healthy.
They throw away their garbage.
Yeah,
I know, right?
but this is the conundrum, is that no matter what we do, it becomes a cleaner area to then utilize, and then we collect wastes. So I would say at this point that we have to make a stand for our community and our community forest, and therefore we got to get in there and take down some of that stuff. But I don't want to take somebody's tent or any of their items that are personal. But we will take off their ropes and we'll remove their trash, and we'll make it known that it's not a place to camp.
We are cleaning up a path just adjacent to Bear Creek today. We have found lots of garbage, and once we are done cleaning the path, we are putting down a fresh layer of mulch to make a nice clean trail. In our community, we have a large homeless population that leaves a lot of trash in our greenway, and a lot of that finds its way into the water, into Bear Creek, polluting the creek, harming the fish. If we can just pick up a small amount of that and everybody can help, then a little at a time gets it all cleaned up, and it saves our riparian environment.
I'm having a lot of fun doing this. It's really awesome to come out and look at the somewhat beautiful river. It's gotten really muddy, but that's okay.
According to the Alliance for Community Trees, tree plantings are estimated to be 3 to 6 times more effective in managing stormwater per $1,000 invested than conventional methods. Portland, Oregon is saving 43%, that's $64 million, by integrating green infrastructure, including the planting of 4,000 trees to help contain floods. Trees clean the air by absorbing carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxides, and other pollutants. Trees also shade cars and parking lots, reducing ozone emissions from vehicles. The tree canopy of Houston, Texas removes 60,575 tons of air pollutants annually, with a value of $300 million. Green environments impact worker productivity. In one study, workers without nature views from their desks claimed 23% more sick days than workers with views of nature. Trees and other plants help remediate soils at landfills and other contaminated sites by absorbing, transforming, and containing a number of contaminants. The trees around Bear Creek stop the surge of runoff produced by our roads from reaching our drinking and irrigation water in Bear Creek. But as we create an enjoyable environment around our watershed, it continues to get polluted, not only by the homeless. The nearby freeway dumps all kinds of oils and harmful chemicals on asphalt and tires. Litter and refuse seeps into our drinking and irrigation water through the roads that continuously accompany Bear Creek.
So this is a riparian area, as you can see with the creek, that requires some management. It was unmanaged for 60 to 80 years. Blackberries took hold and prohibited the growth of all these wonderful cottonwoods and alders and trees that are integral to the functionality of our creeks. So we're seeing a downgrade in all of the creek systems in our area, and a lot of it is due to these invasive species, these blackberries, this Rubus amaniacus. And so one of the things that we've been doing over the last 6 years is we adopted this site, and we have taken it on as a nearby schoolyard habitat. And so we've planted over 1,000 trees native here, species that are native to the valley, that will grow up and help protect, shade out, and feed the insects that live within our creeks here to try to invigorate and balance our ecosystem. So one of the things that happens as we make trail and make this place a beautiful area to be is people want to be here. And unfortunately, the group that wants to be here tend to mistreat the area. It's prohibited to camp here, but we have consistently over the last 6 years had a multitude of camping sites. They brought in tons and tons, literally around 10 plus tons of trash and garbage. And all of that has really been maintained by Logos Charter School students. started this project in 2011. Lomakatsi had designated some funding for this site, and they created an initial location for habitat regeneration, in other words, riparian restoration. And since that time, we have been participating in maintaining that restoration. Lomakatsi began it, and we took it over directly after that initial event in 2011, and have been out here bi-weekly or every 2 weeks ever since, including through the summer. And so we have over 1.5 miles of trail. We've moved tons of mulch. We've planted, like I said, around 1,000 trees, and we've continued to pick up trash and remove graffiti as best we can. Rehabilitate the trees and remove blackberries. And I think that's the biggest piece that Lomakatsi has put together, is the ability to raise funds so that we can remove that invasive species and start with as much bare ground as possible to get planting and growing.
It's made me realize the importance of our environment, especially when I see trash, as a person who loves recreation in the park, and it's made me appreciate clean parks more.
Looks good on any future resume or volunteer hours anything you're trying to get, stuff like that. It's also pretty satisfying to be able to work out here and to know that we're making it cleaner and a better place. I think we should definitely have some more projects like this.
That's fine.
So it's more of a consistent thing rather than once in a while and then we clean up all the buildup.
Why is this important? This is important because not only does it give students an opportunity to come out and learn about the environment, and learn about some of the issues that are facing our community, but it also gets kids active in the community. It's a very important part of our school and what we believe in. We believe that a lot takes place outside of the classroom, so students get to learn about community service and helping others. So we do Bear Creek events throughout the year, periodically. And if students are interested in those, they can either come down as part of their campus class, or they can find out about when the dates are through the Logos Lifeline, which is a monthly email that goes out to families, so they can find out about events that are taking place. They can also find out on our website, which is www.logoscharter.com. You know, I think that as many people that can get involved in this as possible, the better. The more the merrier. We want to see the community come in and work with Logos. We want to see groups like the ones that showed up today, like Lomakatsi, and Logos being the spearhead of this, supporting this whole thing is just great to get the community involved, and just for the betterment of what we have going on down here, which is just a beautiful place.